morning, everyone. On behalf, and thank you, Dave, for your continued sponsorship of the industry breakfast. We really appreciate our partnership with the Recreational Boating and Fishing Foundation. On behalf of NMMA and all of our partners, the International Yacht Brokers Association, Paul, it's great to see you here. Informa, Larry, thank you, and the entire Informa team. Welcome back to the Discover Boating Miami International Boat Show. It's so great to see so many familiar faces and great members. Well, it has been a pretty news-packed month in politics, if you haven't noticed, preceded by 2 tough years in the boating industry. And now, despite some sustained headwinds, there's a renewed optimism right now in the marine industry, and a hope that the primary driver of the $1.2 trillion outdoor recreation economy and its 2.3% share of the U.S. GDP will reignite. Now, as memory makers, the incredible recreational boating experiences we provide drives about $230 billion in annual economic activity. That's not only critical to the health and wellness of millions of Americans, but also the 36,000 businesses and 800,000 jobs and countless waterfront communities that our lifestyle supports. Recreational boat builders and suppliers in this room should really be proud. They have put us on the map in North America and around the world, as 95% of boats sold in this country, they're made right here in the U.S. We are the top market in the world, and we are one of the largest exporters of boats globally. We are a shining example of an American-made manufacturing industry that's built an outstanding reputation on durability and high quality and cutting-edge technology and performance, which only adds to our competitive advantage. It's that very innovation and that connection to memories that can only be made on the water that propels our industry forward, especially among economic headwinds. Now, we're absolutely grappling with some lingering uncertainty. But the good news is there is optimism in the room, there's always a path forward, and our entrepreneurial industry is really known for finding it. So let's take a look at where the boating market is today. New boat unit sales continue to be challenged in 2024. As we close out our year-end data, we're expecting sales in the U.S. to be down approximately 10 to 12% to right around 235,000 units compared to 2023. That puts total unit sales at the same levels we were seeing in 2014 and 2015. Now, this trend line on the chart behind me should not be surprising. Since the record-breaking demand of the COVID era, our industry is simply corrected. And as expected, we're seeing a return to the levels that occurred before the unparalleled boom and the pull forward of demand. We're also facing rising interest rates and very persistent inflation, 2 dynamics that are quite troubling and we're hopeful will quiet over the next few years, and we'll have to see how that plays out. But in 2024, make no mistake, many consumers took a wait-and-see approach to the large purchases until the outcome of the presidential election was made clear, which really brings us to today. Even as we see a lot of cautionary yellow on the chart behind me, economic optimism does exist. We saw that as the markets responded favorably when President Trump was elected, lifted by the momentum of his pro-business, pro-growth, and pro-American manufacturing agenda. And this sort of focus should improve consumer confidence and in turn new boat sales. Now, unfortunately, the industry's enthusiasm and genuine enthusiasm for a return to growth is somewhat tempered right now by fears surrounding the recent trade actions. There is no doubt we need to continue to watch the key economic indicators, but also international trade negotiations and the potential retaliations very closely. They will likely determine how industry sales fare in the year ahead. Proactively driving public policy, trade, and guiding legislation are a top priority for NMMA and core to the industry's growth and competitiveness, which only makes our advocacy efforts even more important than ever this year. NMMA has a multi-pronged strategy. focused on expanding boating access and infrastructure, advancing industry self-regulation, driving industry and resilience, and growing our U.S. manufacturing competitiveness, whether that's through tax policy, tariffs, or trade. If a boat builder or a boating consumer is being impacted by government decisions, NMMA is there, will be there, and we're working tirelessly on your behalf. Now, last year, we faced a dire threat as NOAA prepared to put in motion a rule that would keep boats from freely moving up and down the entire Atlantic seaboard. This onerous and ill-conceived regulation, disguised as a solution to protect endangered North American right whales, was delayed, eventually withdrawn, and that was thanks to all of the people in this room and our industry's full court press. Thank you so much for everyone in this room who engaged. But that doesn't mean that we've won. The withdrawal only buys us time right now, since we are already seeing fresh attempts by interest groups to regulate ocean speeds at the state level. Therefore, we must put forward a durable, common sense solution centered around state-of-the-art technology. That will provide the lasting and increased protection, not only for the right whale and all whales, but also boaters, boat builders, and our valuable coastal economies. We know that we can protect our shared oceans without shutting down access or jeopardizing recreational boating and fishing. And as business leaders, we have the opportunity and the responsibility to share with policymakers the innovative solutions our industry has developed that can be used as conservation tools, so we never lose access to our public waters, ever. Now, when it comes to taxes, we find ourselves actually in an opportunistic moment. The tax cuts enacted during President Trump's very first term provided a significant boost to our industry, and specifically manufacturers and boat builders. Those cuts are set to expire at the end of this year. NMMA is already actively engaged with Congress to advocate for extending these cuts and maintaining a competitive tax code that supports U.S. Marine manufacturing. This includes protecting businesses organized as pass-throughs, keeping corporate tax rates competitive, and encouraging innovation through R&D tax incentives. Now, on global trade policy, well, that's another top priority, and it's constant in the news. American boats are in high demand, very high demand around the world. So stable access to international markets and supply chains is essential for our industry's health. The tariffs, and especially the retaliatory tariffs that we faced in 2018 within the EU, Canada, Mexico, and China on boats and marine parts, that highlighted the risk of trade disruptions to our industry. And American-made products became less competitive around the world during these actions. As the new administration refines its approach to tariffs and trade agreements, NMMA is already working to ensure that recreational boat builders have a seat at the table, are protected, and positioned to grow both here in North America and abroad. But I'll tell you, it is going to be a tough road. Let's remember, as we get into these contested trade battles, that the competition is not ourselves. It's going to take unity and consistency of message across our entire global network and with international partners to effectively share our unique recreational boat building story as this new administration forms. But be rest assured, NMMA is already working with the new Trump administration, in addition to the Canadian government and the EU, to promote a pro-growth, pro-manufacturing, and especially a pro-boating agenda. Now, speaking of global collaboration, I'd like to acknowledge some important friends who are in the audience today. Today we have with us leaders of ASSO Marinas on behalf of the World Marinas Conference, being held in Venice, Italy in October in 2025. We hope you will attend. If you'd like to sign up and register, go to World Marinas Conference 2025. We also have in the room the European Boating Industry Association. Welcome, Philip and Robert. We really appreciate your support and your partnership. And the International Council of Marine Industry Associations, or ICOMIA. And thank you, Joe Lynch, for all you do for the industry. We appreciate you. Their partnership with NMMA is helping to unite recreational boating worldwide to ensure we are working to self-regulate and create a cooperative environment that allows for greater innovation and a more resilient industry. And that will pave the way for longer-term success for all marine businesses around the world. Now, several weeks ago, we were very proud and pleased to announce the next step in our partnership, the development of a unified life cycle assessment framework for the entire global marine industry so that we get ahead of regulations popping up all around the world. All of this is at the heart of our industry's Propelling the Future global initiative that we shared with you last year right here at the Industry Breakfast, and that you'll hear a lot more about in the months ahead. Now, as we all know, Americans have an inherent love for the water, and our job is to get them there, nurturing customers on their journey each step of the way so they come back again and again and again and help us welcome the next generation, just as Dave said. As the largest market expansion platform within any outdoor recreation sector in North America, this is where Discover Boating comes in, with its year-round omni-channel marketing strategy for the US and Canada. Working hard on our members' behalf to grow the market, to continually staying at the very forefront of consumer behaviors and shifts, and sharing that knowledge with our members and our resources with consumers to welcome new audiences into boating. Now, Discover Boating research, just like Dave shows, that one of the biggest barriers to attracting the next generation of boater, and those who have raised their hand, said they're interested, have the income and the desire, is that most of them, about 75%, did not grow up boating like our core current boat buying consumer, or many of us in the room. Consequently, there is a much steeper climb to getting them on board when it comes to understanding everything from how do you afford a boat or insure a boat or where to store a boat or how can you connect into the incredible community boating provides or the memories it creates. To grow boating, it is our responsibility to be their champion and welcome them every step of the way. Now, over the past few years, NMMA has been transforming Discover Boating and our boat shows into Discover Boating experiential hubs, where consumers can come, yes, to shop, but also learn and connect. Our national year-round marketing campaign now ties directly right into these events, creating a seamless, inspirational experience for current customers and future boat buyers. So let's take a look at the work that's being done.
In the morning I wake, another beautiful day. I finally figured the recipe. A bit of giving and taking. Life, it is what you make it. Nothing petty can get to me. A little bit of slow, a little bit of go, a little bit of high, a little bit of low. Ooh, live for the moment. Ooh, live for the time. Ooh, live for the moment. Now you get yours and I get
Proud to have created something that we can hopefully pass down to them.
Nothing else compares to the freedom, relaxation, and fun of boating.
If the boat's floating, let's go boating.
a little bit of slow, a little bit of go, a little bit of high, a little bit of low. Ooh, live for the moment.
Many of you have reached reached out to us for advice on renting or buying boats, head to discoverboating.com.
One of my favorite resources out there is Discover Boating.
They provide all resources and guidance you need to safely and enjoyably navigate the waters.
I got this one choice in my pocket and I'm reaching for that place. Gonna pull out all my might and shine away. I got this one choice in my pocket and I'm reaching for that place. Gonna pull with all my might and shine away. Live for the moment. Gotta live for the moment. Live for the time.
See you out here.
Great work. Thank you to the Discover Boating team for all of that work. Great work. They've been hitting record engagement after record engagement each and every year. So this campaign is really working. And to help combat the recent slowdown in the market, I want you to know that Discover Boating, which is powered by both NMMA and NMRAA, we made a significant investment, increased investment this year in marketing to reach more people, connect more manufacturers and more dealers to more potential buyers, and invite more boaters onto the water and generate more leads. And we did that. So visit discoverboating.com to take full advantage of the See You Out Here campaign materials, link into all of the work that's being done, and all our latest market expansion resources that are available to the industry. Now, in closing, I want to reemphasize a couple of things. And first of all, that our industry has the strength, ingenuity, unity, and the passion to navigate any challenges that come our way. As an American and a proudly American made in America industry and a primary driver of the outdoor recreation economy, we have the stature to achieve whatever we need with the new administration, Congress, and our global partners. We can get pro-growth policies that promote greater economic certainty. And as manufacturers, entrepreneurs, and job creators, we are committed to being great corporate citizens, proudly supporting our local communities and lifting up employees and running marine businesses in the right way. We should never forget that the consumer appetite for boating will always remain strong. What we sell is special, and we all know that. Americans love time on the water, and our job is simply to help them get there through product innovation, water access, and most importantly, transformational and unforgettable experiences for families and friends. And this boat show right here in Miami is one of the best places to become hooked. It's the greatest boat show in the world, and it's full of exactly the kind of inspirational stories and businesses and products and experiences and innovation that propel our industry forward year after year after year. So let's all remember in the days ahead our competitive advantages, what we sell. Let's share the word. Thank you for being here, and I hope you all have a great show.